What's up, everybody? Nate Sarantino here, back with another episode of the Guide to Spirits podcast. And today, the topic is the power of having systems for everything you do. So, this is like such a key, fundamental part of life, and it is systems. And you can think of systems from the solar system and how planets are orbiting the sun, and there's a system for it. It's not just random chaos. It's like there's like they all have like elliptical orbits, and you have centrifugal force, and you have all they're rotating while they rotate, and that's like what causes it to be elliptical. And you can move systems even smaller into like your little human world, and I guess I should say our, but like we have financial systems, we have banking systems, we have systems at jobs that make things more efficient, and I guess that's where I'm going to start off is systems are key to efficiency. You would have no like sense of like efficiency when it would come to building a company or building a family or even relationships, whatever it may be. Having a system to go about life makes everything simpler, and it will allow you to build and make everything more productive, and it will allow less stress to enter your life and the freedom to do more with your energy than think about decisions and choices you have to make all the time. When you have systems, you're going to be able to simplify things, and that like simplicity is key. I think of it this way: if you have a system for simplifying choices, every person has to make choices in their daily life. You have A, B, or a C. You have, say, someone asks you if you want to go on a walk, and you can either say yes, no, or you can simplify the question even more to, all right, maybe I'll go on a walk if it's not going to rain, or if this, if that. That's like the if-then statement in like coding language, perhaps you could say. Like, it's like you can say yes or no, but that C gives you an option to simplify the question even more. If you're talking about quantum physics and you're trying to simplify things down to the smallest particles, you're probably going to end up at simplifying down from quarks and leptons down to the Higgs boson. You're going to keep building things smaller and smaller, or scaling smaller and smaller, and it's a system that you're going to use for that. It's a system you're going to use when it comes to how you handle your money, how much money you put the reserve for taxes, how much money you put for investments, how much money you have set aside for emergency funds, how much for having fun. Whatever you want to do, having a system is going to make it a lot easier and a lot more efficient when it comes time to make the choices or to perform the actions necessary to proceed in life. Patterns are key to these systems. You recognize patterns that happen in your daily life, and these don't have to be like the natural patterns of nature, like the golden ratio or the Fibonacci sequence. You see like all these spirals everywhere. You see the petals on flowers, and you see all these like beautiful patterns in nature, and you can understand that it's a system of the universe at that point. Like the universe, to make all these complex things, it has to have a system for it. And once again, the more systems you have, the more complex you can make things, but the simpler you can build it from. It's all a system starting from the root out. It's like a tree. There's going to be a system to how it branches. It's not just randomness. And once again, it's all efficiency of your work and efficiency of time. Like, if you had to think about every single choice 5 times over, you might spend like 20 minutes of your day thinking about one thing, and having a system before you go in is going to make life a lot easier. Another example of using a system in life is when you're shopping for food and you understand, oh, this is what my body needs, and you don't just think like, oh, I'm going in to get food. You're thinking, I'm going in, I need these nutrients. Say I need potassium. Alright, I'm going to go get bananas or maybe some kiwi. Oh, I need vitamin C. Let me get some oranges, maybe some mango, whatever it may be. Oh, I need dairy, maybe some cheese, maybe some milk, maybe some yogurt. Whatever it may be, you have to understand that, like, if you have systems for breaking it down and you know what you need before, like, it's going to help you, like, work and go through life in a more efficient manner, and that's going to help you do more in your daily life. And at the end of the day, like, not having the stress of making choices, and a lot of people operate in what would be called a automatic state. Like, you just automatically do the same thing, you don't think about your choice, and they have a system for what they're doing. Now, if you alter your systems and make sure your systems are actually adding to your life, and you're not just aimlessly going about life using the aimless systems that you have, that is how you're gonna add to your life, add to everyone else's around you, and therefore you're going to make everyone better on the other side of those choices, not just yourself. And sometimes your choices aren't actually making yourself better, which is really why you should have systems in the first place. It makes everything better. It makes things that can be really complex much more simpler, like theories of quantum physics, or you're talking about biology in the human body. How do you simplify your entire artery and vein system? You have to have systems to simplify it down. The systems that you go through for anatomy and physiology, there's systems in every single process, from your bodily cycles like digestive system to the endocrine system. You have systems everywhere in your body, and it's all about building something that's really complex using simple tools or simple materials. That's the best way of explaining it. It's just you can have the biggest companies that run by themselves, like massive corporations, and those will only be able to run on their own without constant readjustments if the correct systems are in place. And the correct systems are needed even at the smallest level when it comes to relationships, even when it comes to this, how you treat your family, how you treat your body, how you function, maybe even when you're driving every day. A lot of people drive themselves in this world. Now, if you don't have a system for how you drive, you might be getting in accidents. You might not be paying attention. You have to dial yourself into your system, and once you have yourself dialed in, you gotta be persistent. And once that system starts working for you, and you realize it's really working for you, stick with it. If you have something that works, stick with it. But don't be afraid to change. And change happens on the inside. And the systems in the government, the systems in the banks, if you really want systems to change around the world, you have to change your systems first. It all starts internally. No matter where you are or who you are, whatever the circumstance may be, if you want change, it has to be internal. Change your internal systems. How you proceed through the day is going to change how the systems around you work, because you, me, and every other individual makes up the whole, and we are the people who originally made these systems. These big systems that people quote-unquote don't like, those are a consequence of our ancestors' actions, and we have the power to change them every single day, but it all starts with you. And that's what I'm going to end this with. Thank you for listening, and have a great rest of your day.